Shalom, shalom, mishpocha. Welcome to another edition of Ray Bash's Ramblings. Today I'm going to be talking about covetousness. And with the title of this vlog, I must confess, I covet, it almost makes me feel like I'm in an AA meeting. You know, it's like, hi, my name is Rabbi Yehuda, and I'm a coveter. You know, but let's take a look at the verses in the Torah about coveting, and let's see if we can't see this subject in a new light. Exodus 20:17 says the same thing as Deuteronomy 5:21. They both quote the "Thou shalt not covet" verse of the Ten Commandments, and it says, "Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his donkey, nor anything that is your neighbor's." So, you know, this is a pretty good list of what not to covet. It just gave you a rundown of what we're not supposed to covet. And if you notice that everything on there is material and tangible things, things that can be physically had. You know, I'm not supposed to covet his wife. I'm not supposed to meddle in their marriage and try to break it up just so I can have the woman all to myself because I think she's hot. Or, oh, wow, you know, look at that great new RV. Boy, I want that. You know, he's got all the bells and whistles on that. I just can't go out and buy one just like that. His is custom. I want his. You know, those things we're not supposed to covet. But those are the things that will one day either rust or burn or just be eaten away. Those are things that are of no consequence in the big scheme of things. But you know what? I'll tell you. I must confess. I covet. I'm a coveter. Have you ever heard a rabbi say that? Any minister say that? Willingly say, hey, I covet. I'm a coveter. Is the covetousness that I'm about to describe, does it go against what the Torah says? You decide. I don't think it does, but you decide. You know, okay, I'll tell you one thing that I covet. If I know that there's another believer, the first thing I covet is his friendship. The next thing I covet is his fellowship. Because, hey, you know, we're both believers. We both believe in Yeshua HaMashiach, and we both believe in walking in his footsteps by keeping Torah. Oh, I covet his friendship. I covet his fellowship. Not only that, but I covet his testimony. I want to hear his testimony. I want to learn how he came to Messiah. I want to learn how he came to observe the Torah. I want to learn how his personal relationship is with Yahweh, because it may be a little bit different than mine. I may learn a new facet of Yahweh that I've never known before. You know, I covet his experiences, to know about his experiences, you know, because they can be a benefit to me. I could learn from his mistakes. And if my neighbor is an elder, I covet his wisdom, his knowledge, his understanding. He's been down the river farther than I have. He knows what's around the bend. And I can avoid pitfalls. I can benefit from his wisdom and his understanding, and I can apply it to my life. You know, because, hey, he's older than I am. He's been in a personal relationship with Yahweh longer than I am. He's closer to Yahweh than I am. So he knows a little bit more than I do. And I covet those things. And it's okay to covet those things, because I tell you, our elders are so needed in this day and age and in this world. Proverbs 16:31 says, "A hoary head, a gray head, is a crown of glory, if it be found in the way of righteousness." Proverbs 20:29 says, "The glory of young men is their strength, and the beauty of old men is a gray head." It's symbolically referring to the gray head as being older and therefore being wiser. I know that's not always necessarily the case. But consider 1 Peter 5:5. "Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves to the elders. Yea, all of you be subject to one another, and be clothed with humility, for God resists the proud, and gives grace to the humble." I know this is talking about elders as in a Beit Din, or as in a rabbinical assembly. Yes, those elders, those leaders, we need to submit to as well, because they make our halakha. But also, you know, as far as elders, one that's maybe not necessarily in a religious or authoritative position, but because they're older, we need to respect them and submit to them, as long as what they say doesn't go against Torah. Now, this next verse I'm about to quote, I realize it's slightly out of context, so consider this a remez or sod level interpretation of this verse. Romans 9:12, it says, "It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger." This is talking about Jacob and Esau. But you know what? The elder serves the younger. How does the elder serve the younger? By his experience, by his wisdom, by his knowledge. to help out the younger so they don't make the same mistakes, and to make them more into the elders that they need to be one day. So God bless you, wise elders. I covet everything that you have to give to me. I want it. And you know what? Our elders deserve the utmost respect. Leviticus 19:32 says, "Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head, and honor the face of the old man, and fear thy Elohim, for I am Yahweh." Shalom and Shavua Tov Mishpacha.